Okay, Reggie, something else that's been going around on YouTube that I want to get your opinion on is, I guess, in a couple documentaries, and then now it's kind of going around social media and YouTube, was Gene Deal, as we all know, was Diddy's bodyguard. He has insinuated or led on that Diddy could have been involved in Biggie's passing. I wanted to see if you heard this and if you had any thoughts.
Yeah, I've been seeing that. Matter of fact, I saw it on Law and Crime YouTube channel. Is where I saw it.
But Gene Deal, a former bodyguard for Combs who has recently started doing interviews and offering theories on Combs' alleged bad behavior, now says the rapper could have been involved in killing Biggie. So Deal, who was reportedly Combs' bodyguard from 1991 to 2005, sat down for the documentary Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy, that aired on Peacock. And according to him, Combs was acting weird in the lead up to Biggie's murder. He says in the documentary, the week in which Biggie was murdered, he was just acting real anxious and trying to get Big at this party. And what was crazy was Big was telling people he had to be in London, but Puff was telling people he ain't going to London that whole week. You fast forward to the day of the party, and Deal says, I'm sitting up at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and I get a phone call. It's about 9 o'clock, and they say, Gene, get ready, we going to the Vibe party. I was like, we going to the party? We don't have no security. But according to Deal, tried to warn Combs this probably wasn't a good idea. I say, yo, Puff, I got some intel, bruh. He said, what? I said, yo, man, if we go to this party tonight, one of us is going to get killed. Somebody going to die because now we got East Coast, West Coast beef. He said, yo, Gene, I don't want to hear that S, so we all jump in the car. I was in a car with Puff. Big was in his own car. And the next thing you know, you hear pow, 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 pow. Biggie was shot 4 times, died right after arriving at the hospital. And according to Deal, Combs showed up at the hospital, seemed shocked that Biggie was dead. And we asked celebrity criminal defense attorney Brian McMonigal about this latest accusation against Combs, who's already facing these 3 federal charges related to the so-called freak-off activity. And again, he's facing dozens of civil lawsuits. But here's what Brian had to say.
I don't see this. This is a 30-year-old accusation, and it seems to me that it's getting to a point where Diddy's concerned, where it's dangerously getting to piling on in a way that I think might just help him. As I thought about this last night, once I saw the article in the Post and was referenced on the documentary, it seems to me that there are a lot of people now that are jumping on this bandwagon of making what I would say are baseless allegations against this guy. This one in particular just smells to me. Did this guy say any of this stuff over the past 30 years to anybody in law enforcement? Has there ever been any kind of a suggestion that he was involved by law enforcement? It seemed to me that he was in a close relationship with Biggie, and that if anything, he was on the other side of this East Coast, West Coast fight. So the one thing that I would say about it is just bringing this kind of full circle to this upcoming trial. They're going to be looking for things like this, the defense in this trial. They're going to be looking for accusations that are stretched. They're going to looking for moments that they can disprove things. And make no mistake about it, there'll be a few things like that. And
Maybe you can play it. I also saw that attorney, where I got to stand up for Gene on this, where that particular attorney on Law and Crime, the correspondent, he said that this is a new allegation. Fairness to Gene, it's not a new allegation. Gene has been speculating about the Diddy part, for forcing them to go out that night and the London and all of that. He has been speaking that for at least 5 years. So just because you're new to the game, you shouldn't get on the channel saying people are making up stuff or making up new allegations, because it's not a new allegation. However, you're right about Gene Deal. He has said other things. He has blamed other people for the murder of Biggie Small. And not, Diddy, you get blamed for because you shouldn't have had him out there and all of that. But Diddy Biggie was a grown motherfucking man, had their own clique. So if Biggie wanted to leave, if he didn't want to be in LA that long, he wouldn't have been. He was not, just like he was saying he wasn't going to London, he could have said, I'm getting out of LA after I did do X, Y, and Z. So y'all stop blaming people for stuff like that. They still have a right to say, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that.
You know, Reggie, ever since this Diddy story broke and we've been covering it ongoing, it reminds me how important it is to have a good lawyer on your team. An injury could bring you millions and change your life forever, but you have to have the right team on your side. That's why I'm proud to present Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. They have over 1,000 attorneys working in all 50 states, so when you're seriously injured, your injury could be worth millions. Morgan & Morgan don't just settle for the lowball offers. They fight for every dollar you deserve if you become their client. They just recently achieved some significant verdicts for their clients. $12 million in Florida, which is 34 times the highest insurance offer, and $26 million in Philadelphia, which was 40 times the highest insurance offer. With Morgan & Morgan, there's no upfront cost, and the fee is actually free unless you win. It only takes a few minutes to see if you have a case, and you can do so from the comfort of your home. If you've ever been seriously injured, your case could be worth millions, and you're only a few clicks away from potentially changing your life. It's easy to start your claim now. You can go to forthepeople.com/bomb or scan the QR code in the corner with your phone's camera.
Your label will, of course, go try to convince you to do this. It's best for the job. It's best for the company. It's best for the album. They're going to do that. But you still got the right to say yeah or nay. I.e. when that situation with Snoop, where he was supposed to went to that show and Ice-T had to substitute in for Snoop because he didn't show up. You know, of course, Suge and the label and Tupac and everything thought it would have been best for Snoop to go and perform and to be on that show. But he didn't show up because that's his motherfucking prerogative. And so Biggie could have did that himself. So the claim to say because he was forcing him to be in LA and all of that, let me tell y'all something that I spoke on before on the live stream. Those of y'all that have been around and been listening going to have heard this before. Gene always tried to say he got that information that day and try to, that it was going to be problems in LA and they need more security. I don't know if Gene didn't know or what, but they were looking for more security about 2 days prior to that. Well, how would you know, Reggie? Because they contacted me and asked me to be the security for them that particular night. It was an Inglewood Unified School Police guy by the name of James McDonald. Or James McDaniel. Or McDonald. I forgot the nigga name. But he used to work for me. Right? And he knew some the Inglewood cops that eventually worked for Biggie that night. That were looking to hire some people. And he was like, Reg, Biggie, they out here, they need some. Like, I'm not fucking with them. I don't know. Once they know who we are, they ain't gonna want to fuck with us either. So all of that Gene is saying, how they just got it that day and all of that, they had been looking for security prior to that. So that kills that theory. But I just wish Gene make up his mind. 1 minute it's the Muslims. 1 minute it's crooked cops. Now it's Diddy because they're doing a documentary on Diddy. I'm just trying to show y'all. And I showed y'all about 4 or 5 different times. This is why I don't fuck with art to this day. Is because I keep exposing Gene lies, not by my opinion, but by evidence of what he keeps saying. How he just say whatever needs to be said for that opportune time. Whatever fits the agenda for that day. So, no. Just like Suge Knight ain't had shit to do with the murder of Tupac Shakur, I don't believe, don't know these men at all, don't know him at all, other than how you guys know him. But watching them on interviews, videos, and fucking buying their records. But I don't believe Diddy, Brother Love, Puffy, whatever his name of the day is, M8, my bitch, whatever his name is today, had anything to do with the murder of Biggie. So it's unfortunate now that all the big YouTube channels like Law on Crime and Use Nation and all of them are getting involved in that, and then he goes on Peacock and put that out, and so now it's like, man, you know, it's hate on Diddy week or a year that he had something to do with the murder of Biggie. Y'all not gonna get shit like that from me. If that's what y'all want to go be on a channel where whatever the most popular thing to be said, y'all ain't gonna get that from Reggie Wright. I can hate you, hate the shit out of you, but I'm gonna tell you my opinion or my truth. So I'm not gonna put that on Diddy. Y'all not getting that from me. All right? So, Gene, try to take that advice, bro. You do good. People love hearing your stories. They love how you talk and explain things, bro. You have a great following. You and that Chopper motherfucker, Chopper, you gonna do good for you too. And but you know, y'all do great things on here. People like y'all. But you gotta keep it 100. Gotta keep it 100. You don't have to glorify things because you have stories that you can tell just by telling the truth. My 2 cents. Peace.